Uh, okay, so this is Disney's Aladdin, a wonderful Capcom game. Yes, I did it Capcom because they are not including it on the remakes they are releasing for the Switch, which is better for my Switch Live. So yeah, I'm gonna explain the game whenever it's going on. So I'm ready. Is if the restreamer is ready, which I'm told it is. So let's five, five, four, three, two, one, go. So this is Aladdin, highly based on the movie. It's a cool platformer where you don't use the sword, meaning that it's the better version, unlike the Genesis one. And here we have to get the first thing is that we grab the cape, and in order to be fast, we need to mash the cape. Every time you mash, you go 2 frames horizontally. So if your mashing is optimal, basically you get 3 seconds. If your mashing is bad, like mine, well, rip. So here, basically, we are gonna stun enemies with the apples, and there I lost a bit of seconds because slopes. Upward slopes makes you slower, so that's why you jump. Downwards, you go fast. We're gonna show it right now. And here, I'm just gonna need to go with my apple management because we start with 10, and that's too low. So, yeah. So while we wait for the transitions, world record of this run is our French boy Le Hulk. He's the only madman that has a 16.0x, 16.05 if I recall correctly. My PB is a 1657, which I struggle so hard to get because sub 17 is nice to have. There I just slow down a bit in order to reach that platform, otherwise you are not able to reach that platform if you don't release Y, that's the button running. And now we are entering, fun fact, the first and only boss until the end of the game. So, while I'm gonna just throw him apples because that's the fast way to make him attack you and finish its iframes. So this is, except the last hit that was a bit slow, that was basically well, an optimal fight. Not that optimal, but still for my standards is really optimal. So while we wait the screen transitions, I might explain lives. Yeah, as you saw there, I grabbed a 1-up on the first stage. That was intentional. First of all, we're gonna use it on an auto-scroller to manipulate RNG. And second of all, we're gonna try to do a trick that I usually don't do, but I have practiced it. That if I die, and it would be really sad. So, okay, I was not supposed to stay like that. I was supposed to open the cape and avoid having that second off, but okay. There, okay, excellent. The Scorpion is RNG. That Scorpion could have done terrible things, but it didn't. And here we're gonna wait next to the carpet, otherwise Abu wouldn't come running, which is odd. If you have waited there, Abu wouldn't have run. And now we're gonna try lock skip. What is lock skip? Basically, I'm gonna try to skip some cycles. This one is free, it saves 4 seconds. Then there is a second one, but it depends on basically your speed. Oh, and I took a death. Okay. That is fun because okay, usually I'm gonna be explaining what is that route. That's what I'm doing right now. Basically, if you take a death anywhere between 2-1 and 6-1, basically you manipulate Jafar's RNG. The fastest place to do it is on the next auto-scroller. However, since I took a death here and lost like a billion of seconds, basically I don't have to take an intentional death on auto-scroller, which is fine. So, mandatory thing here. Boo! No! Infidels! So, Twitch chat. Now that we took the lamp, and basically we are in a Indiana Jones thing situation, we got a about 3-minute auto-scroller, so if there is any donation, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna explain gems. Wave dash. Okay. So here, since we are now a scroller and there's nothing I can avoid to make it faster, what I'm going to be doing actually is grabbing all the gems, not because I'm bored, but also that helps, but also because whenever your gem count goes over 100, basically it gives you 1 extra heart and refills your health. So, which is actually a good thing to do. And also, green gems is worth 1 gem, and red gems are worth 3 green gems. So, and here I'm waiting. Otherwise, if I grab these 3 gems while the 2 fireballs were upwards, it would lag the game. So normally you would take a death here, standing here, but since I already died, don't need to. When you start the level, you start here, so it's faster. You only lose 4 seconds, but I already lost 20, so who cares? So here I'm gonna take that damage boost that is just for the funds, and also I grabbed that red gem. And that damage I was not supposed to, but still fun. Here you just grab the gems the way you want. Probably I'm gonna have more gems than I'm supposed to in the end of the game, but there's a way to mitigate it. Because we have another auto-scroller in the end where we just collect gems. And yeah. And here I'm not gonna read chat because this is the hardest stage of the game. Basically, the only thing I will say is that if you stand up here, you're basically on a sweet spot where you can actually, if you don't know the stage, you can basically have time to react on the rocks. The lava will never hit you, and the falling rocks also will never hit you. So this is a really cool sweet spot. You just need to worry to press up and down, and you're Gucci. And we are out. So, now that we escaped the caverns, the Cave of Wonders, we're gonna enter the genie. We're gonna enter the lamp. And the first one is the hardest stage of the game because it involves a skip that is hard to learn, and the timing is it's not odd, but still. So here we're gonna grab a apple refill. With that we have enough to finish the game. Apple management is very important in this game. So here we have the genie, and this is important why we took a death, because if we had 3 lives, the pattern would be the worst ever. With 2 and 1, the pattern is always the same. And with 0, we only grab this clouds. And that's unfortunate because I tried to skip and it didn't work. So yeah. Shoot. That's unfortunate because I have Aladdin unfortunately is a unforgiving game because there are not many stages that has checkpoints. This is one of them. So I was prepared to not being able to make that that skip. And that's unfortunate actually. So you're gonna see the worst pattern ever. That is only clouds. Actually, I was not expecting that at all. Although that used to happen to me a lot when I was learning the game. So now we're gonna teabag and enjoy the slowest pattern ever. Okay. At least we are out. Okay, here I don't mash because since my mashing is not optimal, unfortunately, basically, you don't make that jump. So now we are gonna try to be safe. That loses a billion, but we're fine. Okay, this so far, except the beginning that we grabbed the balloon hook, was basically good. And now this one is time based. If you do the same movement every time, basically you're good. If you mess up a little bit, there are ways to react, and you still wouldn't lose that much time. So, okay, this first section we did it okay. Normally I would be glad to reach here because that's a checkpoint. Yes, this stage has one. However, we don't have life, so if we die it would be bad because we wouldn't have a cape available until the next stage. And that jump actually we call RNG jump. However, it's not RNG, but that jump depends on suck pixels. So that's why there are days that you can reach it, otherwise you don't. But except that I tried, well, this was an overall good stage. And now, if you remember the movie, we are gonna do some... We're gonna enter some pyramid, don't know why, but this is a detour. Basically here we mash. We have this quicksand that goes up and down, but basically we just mash the cape. There we throw an apple because if we don't have the archer throwing things, arrows, it lags less. Otherwise, that section is laggy. Okay, here I'm gonna just do that damage boost. It was not the best one, but works. And I'm gonna grab a safety chicken that we have there, because the next stage, it involves a lot of damage boost, and with 0 lives available, I don't want to risk it. And there I just took it really safe. But you don't want to risk it because this hooks that goes up and down, they are all time based. So if your movement is a little off, it can mess up the rest of the stage. And that's not what we want, like that. Okay, there we're gonna just do that. Oh! Okay. This is actually not fine because I don't have the cape right now. I have to know where in the world it is. And this is the first time it happened to me. Now I'm gonna have to wait these hooks and try to YOLO some capeless things. And okay, I believe I can damage boost here. Okay, there we go. Okay, that was scary, but we made it, Best trick in the game. But this is actually bad because I don't know where the cape is on the next stage. And I don't know if having the game over reset the RNG. So it can go levels of bad. And that was not accounted on the estimate. I'm sorry. I want to let you know that I practiced this, but this is where everything goes wrong. So, what I can actually try to do, if I don't get 100 gems, is take an intentional death on the next stage, because I'm able to, but then I won't ensure I won't ensure be underestimate. Oh! Okay. I probably will be able to... No, I won't be able to get a refill, which is bad. Because I do need a refill. Uh, this this is levels of hard because I might have missed a red gem also. I mean, depends if I... Okay, I got a refill. This is fine, actually. Okay, I will YOLO without the death, and I hope we got good RNGs. But yeah. This is all levels of hard, actually. So now we're finally entering the palace. The Palace of Shame, how I like to call. Oh yes, I don't have the cape. The cape is there. I almost forgot I have to grab the cape. So here, what we're going to do is the damage boost that zips you. And here we're just gonna make mash. I cannot English right now, sorry about that. And we jump upwards. And this is where that route was supposed to work, because if I hit the Yago here and I got the good movement afterwards, basically I would have guaranteed the best Jafar RNG. However, since I don't know if the RNG has reset after the game over, which it probably has. Basically, it is unknown. There's only one way to know, and it's right now. Okay, no Yago, which means so far we got the good RNG. However, we have to avoid hitting a pot. Okay. That pot we were supposed to avoid it, which we did. We are not gonna grab the chicken because I'm confident I'm not gonna mess up the fight, but I will grab this piece of bread right here, and we will probably be about 10 seconds overestimate. The game over was not accounted for. This is the good RNG. It saves 8 seconds over the regular pattern, so that route worked. And now we got the next fight. Yes, we're gonna be about half minute overestimate. I apologize in advance because, well, I was not expecting to get a game over. So here we don't have apples, we are fine. And this is the last boss, last fight with Jafar. 8 hits on the head and will be time. I will be calling it out. Basically, we're gonna do some damage boost to get some early hits. The optimal for me, it will be 5 hits, so let's try it. 3, 4, and 5. 6, 7, and time. Yikes! I should have put the estimate of 20, so then deadline wouldn't hit me for having non-multiple of 5 estimate. But 1922, 23 according to Restream, considering game overing and the actual okay, considering the game over that actually lost me a billion, the death of Cave of Wonders that lost me on the place that I died, it was basically 40 minutes, 40 seconds time loss, and the other death trying to go for the skip, actually, and the other death that was for being dumb. Actually, I'm happy with this run, considering I I was expecting the committee to get GBA instead of this, so I don't know who's next. Boohead's next. So I'm not sure if people wants to kick me out of here, but yeah. Overestimate.